Yeah, so next pin here, and we got a trio of them in here. They're all 7 litters. They'd be pedigree Reed Capone, Kingpin, Kingpin Sal. Mother here would be the mother of the $45,000 gilt that the Todd family showed there in Oklahoma last year. And obviously has done an incredible job for us so far about making hogs that feed, hogs that are ready to roll. I mean, them things are lethal from the side and just awesome in terms of just their build. Capone on the top side here, Capone be the boar we sold High Point last summer. They're off the farm that was just an incredible specimen in terms of just how that thing, in terms of just his bone, his build, his proportions, and I think it's stamped through. I mean, these obviously being a gangster son, these things are just a nickel skinnier about how in terms of making them sale ready for the modern show pig breeders and how we're wanting to sell them these days. But I think hogs that this whole litter in terms of just how this Capone thing is going to work and how we lined it up on the Kingpin thing here. I think these things fit. They're the kind I think that are going to feed. I think predictability is kind of out the window in terms of how these things are going to feed. I think I mean, not out the window, but I think they're going to be very predictable about how they're going to feed. I think these hogs look like they're going to be easy feeding kind of hogs that are going to grow, hogs that are going to perform, and ones that I think we're going to be very high on. 7-, I believe he's 6, is the belted hog that Eric has on the stick here in the ring. This hog's been a standout, I guess. Since he's hit the chips and since he was in the nursery. This thing, in terms of just pin width, bone at the ground, squareness, and stoutness ahead is very, very good. He's a hog that balances very well. He's a hog I think is going to need to be pushed. I think this is going to be one that you're going to have to go with, but I think when you do, I think come July into June setting is where that hog fits, and I think a hog that'll be very competitive at that stage. 7-4 is the all black male Eric's got on the stick here. One that in terms of just bone and hip behind legs, very good. He's probably just a nickel more immature about his maturity status at this stage compared to maybe some of his mates. But another one at height to shoulder, blade angles, very good. Got a stout mug about him. He's one I think it'd be a good feeding kind of hog as well. And then the gilt, little black gilt, is 7-8. That is she's probably the stoutest gilt of the whole bunch, honestly, and probably in terms of just length to side, probably is just a little more 2023, I guess, in terms of just how them things are. People are kind of wanting them things built at this stage in the game. She's probably just a nickel shorter sided, but another one I think is just very stout in her bone work, very good and loose and good in her build. One I think will have a bright future as well.
Yeah, an incredibly good trio here, I think, and represent what we've seen in that litter. Talking to Guild, I'll agree with Jared. I would say she is the shorter-bodied one of the group of gilts that we've seen. I mean, she's got a giant forearm and a big rear leg, and I mean, her bone and build matches, and one that looks like you could make a show gilt, and another one as far as making a sow. I mean, that one's got sow power to me written all over. I mean, she's got a stout, square mug laid in her and still a good look from the side. I think that one's a very, very good gilt there. And then, the belted male, I mean, that's one that definitely catches your eye when you drop him in. His bone and foot size and just flexibility. I mean, to me, that thing from the side is absolutely deadly. You get on top of him, he's got a big square back. And I'll agree with Jared. I think he's one that the guy needs to feed on. I don't think he's one that you want to hold on. I really think that hog could have a tremendous jackpot career and then go into like a June, July setting and Expo, Louisville, Barra type of deal. I think that one will be very, very good in that setting. The all black male here that's out here, I think looks a lot like, to me, maybe the black gilt. He is probably the shorter backed one that's still heavy bone and stout with the good look from the side. I mean, that whole litter, I mean, they're awesome to look at from the side and bone, and I think they got the right kind of bone. I mean, they're big, and it's a big flat bone laid in them. Their joints aren't coarse; they're right, and I think that's important. We talk about bone, but I think these got the right kind of bone, and to get them long term and I love just the cleanness of joints it's laid in. Very, very good litter out of a predictable sow family here that I would definitely check this litter out. I think some very elite pieces in this cell.